He said, bro, I'm getting too much money, bro. They gonna kill me, bro. Dolph is gonna be 50-50 with Empire.
Hey, what's up, y'all? Y'all know my slogan. I don't know it all, but I know what I've been through. Now, it's a lot we're going to get into today, y'all. A lot has been going on concerning Young Dolph. They saying they have someone that has been on social media bragging about his death. You got people thinking that CMG and Yo Gotti and them has something to do with it. Then you got people thinking Soulja Boy has something to do with it for putting money on his head. You got people saying that Nori tried to warn Young Dolph on Drink Champs to stay out his neighborhood. Listen, just a whole bunch of miscellaneous distraction. Alright, now I'm gonna just nip it in the bud. Dolph's murder had nothing to do with his ops. Nothing. Zero. Zilch. And what I'm gonna do is we're gonna talk about one of his artists that went live on Instagram and put out a video concerning Dolph's death. He spilled a lot of real stuff, and some people just don't understand how deep this industry goes. Like, we knew that death trap of a label, Empire, may have something to do with Dolph's death, but however, he exposed why they may have wanted Dolph dead. You see what I'm saying? So it's a little tricky, man. So we gonna get into all that stuff, y'all, and put y'all all the foolishness to rest. I just want people to stop running with this narrative that ops did it. Stop running with the narrative of, oh, he was killed in his neighborhood. That's just how it goes. You know why? Because that narrative, it's almost like an excuse. It's hurting us. It's doing more damage to us than good. And when I say that, I mean because they just chalk it up. It's like, oh, well, it happened in his neighborhood. Yep, that's what happens. All right, next. You see what I'm saying? That's not what happens. That's what they forced us to believe over the years that happened, that we kill each other, and that's just that. So we're going to talk about it, man. But before we do, make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit that bell so you're notified every time we drop new content. And I swear, it's lit here. So join one of the latest gangs on YouTube so you can stay updated with some of the realest content. Now let's get straight into it. Now, an artist linked to Paper Route Empire who says he spoke to Young Dolph almost every day explained a few details that seem to be pertaining to this Dolph case. He pretty much confirmed everything we've already said based on this case in a more detailed way though. Alright, and it kind of makes a lot of sense, and y'all gotta pay attention because I want us to stop running with that bullcrap narrative that they always give us about an artist getting killed in his hood because he or she just should have never been there. No. Alright, let's put that to bed. Now he said this. He said that he was one of the people Dolph spoke to every day, and also mentioned that Dolph told him that he was, you know, he was gonna die or be killed because he was making way too much money. And I really don't care to elaborate because y'all gotta understand what he mean by that. In the music industry, when you independent making too much money, mind you, independent, not signed to any labels, no nothing, you become a target. History has told us that all these guys that are independent or have some type of success independently, whenever they want to step up on that ladder or whatever the case may be, for some reason they end up dying or going to jail for a long time. A lot of your favorite artists isn't making any money. Don't be fooled by the facade. Perfect example, look at Ashanti. She's doing a whole new album where she's re-recording all her old hits because she doesn't own her masters or her publishing. So a lot of those records that you like from her, including me, you know, I like, she isn't getting paid for any of those. And when people like her do get paid for it, it's touching a few hands before it actually get to her. You see what I'm saying? Drake went through it as well. He sold a bunch of records in the past, but his money was going through a bunch of hands before it got to him. You got the parent label that everybody falls under. Then you got Jay Prince. Then you got Birdman. Then you had Lil Wayne, and then you had Drake. So you see what I'm saying? So when people wonder why these artists sell so much records but still end up broke, this is why. because they in these contracts, these agreements that they can't get out of. Look at TLC. We all seen the documentary on them. They sold a bunch of records but got bamboozled. But we not going to make it seem like that it's just the label's fault as well. You know, these artists got to be aware of what they sign and have a lawyer. You see what I'm saying? But that's a whole nother story anyway. And Tory Lanez went through the same thing, matter of fact. Notice how once he parted from Interscope, all of a sudden he became a bad guy. All of a sudden, the whole Meg Thee Stallion scandal, car accidents, and everything under the sun coming at him. One must ask themselves, why every time an artist chose to go independent or something, why those artists always end up in some type of bullcrap? Killed, jail, scandal. I'm gonna tell y'all right now, Lil Baby has a clean slate, right? Shout out to Lil Baby. His name good. You don't see him mixed up in any bullcrap drama like that, nothing. But I'm gonna tell you right now, the minute he parts from QC and become an independent artist, if he wants to, watch what happens to him. Mark my words. It's a pattern that continues to happen, but we act like we so blind to it. But anyway, I had to break that down for y'all so y'all could properly understand where I'm going with this. And that part is significant for you to understand why Dolph had so much money, why Dolph was a target, why Dolph always preached independence, why they don't want artists being independent. Because if these artists sat back and realized that they don't even need these labels and realize their power, then that will stop a lot of money for the labels. These labels wouldn't exist if artists woke up and realized that we have the power. There's certain ones like Young Dolph and Master P. They realize that they don't need big labels. The big labels need them. They the product. But they got to deal with the bullcrap that come with it. Just think about it. These artists come off the street array with a big buzz and then sign to a label. Why? You already got a buzz that you did on your own. You created on your own. All you have to do is put in some work and put out good music. The problem is a lot of these artists be lazy. They don't want to put in the work as an artist. So that's where the labels come in. But you could literally do everything these labels do yourself, especially with all the streaming going on now. People getting paid from streaming and everything. You could literally do the work yourself. But anyway, back on topic, because I'm all over the place. But bear with me, y'all. We getting there. Now, this guy who's affiliated with Young Dolph said that Dolph told him that he's making too much money. So if he died or get killed, it's because they killed him. And we all know who they are. So if he died, right? He told him, if he died, go on live and pop your ish. And that's not far-fetched because Dolph ain't no fool. Dolph know what's going on. I'm sure that's why he never wanted to sign to a label in the first place. Nipsey Hussle said the same thing. If they kill me, y'all better ride for me. Remember that? So one gotta ask himself, why they keep saying things like that? You see what I'm saying? It's no coincidence. He another one. Nipsey Hussle. He knew he was tapping into something that they didn't want him tapping into when he announced that he was going to do that Dr. Sebi documentary. Explaining how you don't need Big Pharma. You know they had to get rid of him. Natural remedies and herbs and all that. They had to get rid of him. But that's another story. Anyway, Pete, right? So that little situation that Dolph had with Soulja Boy on social media really wasn't about nothing. But we're going to point out how one thing led to another. Now, first of all, y'all get the likes up, man. If you aren't subscribed, make sure you subscribe. If you're rocking with us, join the gang, man. Because this is a place for us to express how we feel about things. I mean, this is how we have our healthy conversations. But anyway, he got into the situation with Soulja Boy. And then Dolph went on his IG story and he said, quote, how the F am I independent artist getting 100K a show, right? Now, if you know anything about Dolph, he was always preaching independence. Alright, so when he said that, Soulja Boy went and exposed that Dolph was actually signed to Empire Records. So that was kind of like a low blow. Now, the reason why this was such a low blow for Young Dolph is because Dolph always preached independence. He make records and talk about not being signed, always brag that he's independent, he's getting more money than dudes that signed and all that. Always tell rappers to be independent, all that. And matter of fact, in no reference to Dolph, you have rappers in the industry that always claim they're independent, but they're really not. they be secretly under the hand signed to labels. But it's just cool to say I'm independent. You see what I'm saying? So when Soulja Boy said that about Dolph, I'm going to assume that Dolph got upset and got on his bull crap. Like, you know what? All right, say no more. I'm going to go speak to Ghazi, and I want to buy into Empire Records now. You see what I'm saying? Going 50-50 and having some type of percentage in Empire Records. This is what the dude on the video explained, right? And that means that Dolph actually had enough money to sit there and actually get 50% of the whole record label, Empire Records. So keep in mind, y'all gotta remember, Dolph was still shaking and moving. He was still active out there too. I'm not gonna say much, but for y'all that know, y'all know what's going on. So him having enough money ain't even a question. Alright? And for the people wondering, Dolph wasn't technically signed to Empire Records, but he did sign a distribution deal through them. So he wasn't their artist per se, but he still had ties to them based on his distribution deal. A record label and a distribution deal is two different things. A record deal and distribution, two different things. However, with Dolph being who he is, he don't like having any ties pertaining to the industry, but he did understand that a distribution deal can help distribute his music to a larger audience. That's where they come in. That's what Empire Records is supposed to capitalize off of. That's their big niche. So all of that transpires with Soulja Boy, right? That led Dolph going to Ghazi and telling him that he wants to buy into Empire Records, 50-50 on the partnership. And next thing you know, we see Dolph getting killed 4 days later. Like, there's no coincidence in anything, y'all. So please erase that word from your head. Every time something happens, we love to just chalk it up as a coincidence. And they, you know that word again, they know that. And this is why they get away with so much. Like, it's so bad with us. You know what's crazy? That when a dude from the hood dies, people automatically assume he was killed by someone in the hood. I've seen people in my neighborhood die, and for the people that aren't in the neighborhood, that don't know how he died, they'll go on his social media and be like, yo, that's crazy. Dude's out here jealous, killing people because they getting money. He was a good dude. And the whole time, they really don't even know that the dude died from a car accident. You see what I'm saying? But we so programmed to believe that when you hear someone died in the hood, that it came from someone else. And that's how they capitalize. But anyway, to explain what Dolph tried to do in a nutshell, he was going to be on a Coach K and CEOP's level. You know, Quality Control, that label that got Migos, Lil Baby and them. He was going to be on that type of level with Coach K and them. And don't be fooled. Some of these artists have their own labels like OTF and whatever, but they're under a bigger umbrella. There's labels like Sony, Atlantic, Def Jam, Interscope. Those are the big labels that a lot of these artists have their labels under. With Empire being like a big label, Dolph was going to be on a bigger level, in a bigger position. But y'all know, once they feel you overstepping them boundaries and want to move up and act like you independent, they not having that, man. So to put things into perspective, Dolph explained in the interview in 2018 he had turned down a record deal that was worth $22 million, right? So just think about it. If they was willing to give him $22 million to sign, he was actually worth more. They never going to give you what you're worth. They're going to give you that to settle and then make more off you. All right, and think about it. We're in 2021. 2018 was 3 years ago. If he was worth $22 million then, how much do you think he's worth now? So when people say, oh, his ops had something to do with it, he should have never been in the hood by himself. No, it's deeper than that. But that's how they manipulate the situation. All right, but let's get into the actual killing now. Let's get into some juiciness, right? Because here's where it's going to get crazy. They put out photos revealing that a mysterious man with dreads was chasing down the getaway car, which happened to be white Benz, right, with a weapon, making it seem like he's trying to fire back. Now, this is where things start to not make sense. Number one, where was this guy when they were shooting Young Dolph? How was they able to get so close to this man and shoot him through the glass if somebody was actually with him? Right? Number two, eyewitnesses said that someone was in the car when Dolph was in the cookie shop from the beginning. All right, when everybody was saying, "Oh, he was by himself," no, he was actually with someone. It's videos that went viral. Everybody on YouTube, at the scene, they said that it was somebody that Dolph was with. So now, as of yesterday, they showed us pictures of the two suspects shooting Dolph through the glass window, right, with their backs turned to his car. So if he was the person, the guy with the dreads, or if anybody was in Dolph's car, what was they doing when this man was being shot and killed in the cookie shop? Why didn't he take that opportunity, which was a perfect opportunity because they had their backs turned? Why didn't he take that opportunity to shoot either one or both of them from behind? How is it that they was able to run up on Dolph and had the time to kill him, make it back to the car, right? And then all of a sudden a guy come out of nowhere chasing him down with a chopper? Come on. Come on, man. It's all foolishness. Like I stated in the last video, whether it's we need to figure out who was on the phone last with Dolph. You see what I'm saying? We need to figure out who that mysterious man was with Dolph. We need to find out who Dolph was last talking to on the phone. FaceTime, regular messages, text messages, phone calls, whatever. Because that'll show you who the suspects are off the rip. That's usually what they do in these crime shows. You see what I'm saying? So why they not like, come on? Because this picture of this man running after the car, it looks bogus. One gotta ask themselves, right? What took them so long? Why the car ain't have no bullet holes when they found it? If you run up with a chopper or whatever, you try and get back, why they ain't have no bullet holes in the car? You didn't want to run up on no car and shoot. Because you ran up on the car, you ran like you was running behind it, but why you ain't shoot? With the kind of weapon he had and the distance he was from the car, from the looks of those pictures, if he would have fired at that car, somebody would have got hit, man. That man didn't want to shoot into no car. Let's be real. And pay attention, y'all, because the owner of the cookie shop said it happened so fast. Keyword, so fast, right? So that debunks all the rumors about someone spotting him and then calling the ops and gas station video bullcrap. Because there's no way dudes are hopping out on you that fast. This man was targeted. They knew where he was going to be and what time he was going to be there. That's why it was able to happen like that. I don't care if people say, "Oh, they knew he was going to be in town for the turkey drive and he always go to that place." Cool. But how do they know when he's going to go there? How do they know where he was going to be? Like, come on, man. Now they say he came in, right? The cookie shop owner, they say he came in, said a few words, made his order, and right after that he was ambushed, like literally right after. The paper route artist in the video explained that Dolph shouldn't have been in that situation to be put out there the way he was. I agree. So if you read between the lines, he's telling you that Dolph moved smarter than that. Like I told y'all before, no one trailed or followed this man. I left the streets a long time ago, right? And even when I drive, still to this day, I still be in my mirrors like I'm in the street or something. That's just a habit. Still in my rear view mirrors, every turn, every light, all the time. And the thing is, if they was really following him, think about this. If they was really following Dolph, right? Why wouldn't they have been taking a shot at him from before? You see what I'm saying? Like, why wait until he get to his destination? That doesn't make sense. They had choppers. All it took was for them to do a drive-by and let them have it at a red light or something. Because, let me tell you, if you want a real drill, right? And y'all, the people that's been in the street, y'all can vouch for me. If you want a real drill, you don't know where this man is going, and you don't got time to figure that out. So if you got your op right in front of you, you're not waiting for him to stop. Because for one, you don't know where he's going for one. He could be going to the precinct for all you know. And for two, it's rare you bumping into your op like that. So you don't know when the next time you finna see him again. So you gotta execute your opportunity right then and there. Come on, y'all. This ain't rocket science, man. Read between the lines. Stop letting these people feed y'all false narratives. They tried to tell us he was being followed. Tried to tell us maybe someone called his ops and told him his whereabouts. They tried to tell us he was by himself. All that. They got the gas station video of him by himself, so people could think that was the reason. Now you got pictures of a dude chasing down the car but not firing back. Make it make sense, man. But I'm gonna leave that there, man. I'll be doing a video on the whole Empire record label because something ain't right. A lot of the artists is dying. I'm in the works of doing that. It's a lot of weird, suspicious activity going on over there, and it's too much of a pattern. Even down to the co-owner, Ghazi Shami, whatever. Yeah, Ghazi Shami is his name. He's the face of it, but people don't even know that he's not even the CEO. He's a co-owner. However, we never ever see anybody else but him. You see what I'm saying? How come when you go on Google that the label's net worth is nowhere to be found on no websites? Neither is Ghazi's net worth. It says being under review, and it's been saying that for the longest. You see what I'm saying? Why no details about his personal life or his wife or anybody is to be found on the internet? Why they taking key man life insurance out on their artists? Yeah, they get deep, man. I don't know. Like I said, when I find the time to do a little more research, I'll get into it, man. As for Dolph, rest in peace, man. Condolences to his family, and let's see what's going to unfold. But as of now, let me know how y'all feel about this one in the comments. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit that bell so you're notified every time we drop new content. And remember, as long as y'all keep on watching, I'm gonna keep on dropping. I'm out.